Alright, so this is episode 8 of Call of the Night. A little bit of a recap. We were introduced to Seri, the blonde vampire, and then we got introduced to a whole slew of vampires who were basically telling Cole that he needs to become a vampire or he will die, but Cole is over here trying to tell them that that is his plan from the get-go. You know, he's actually trying to fall in love with Nazuna in order to become a vampire. And since that was settled for the most part, Ko ends up saying like, yeah, I will become a vampire. It doesn't matter how many years it will take. And that seems to be a trigger word for these vampires as they're all staring at him stunned in silence. So I wonder if we'll actually get to see them answer it to him, you know, actually saying what is on their mind to Cole, because Cole has realized that he probably said something wrong, or, you know, something that he's a bit clueless about. I do have my full-length reaction up on Patreon, which you guys can check out in the description down below. Other than that, let us get started. Oh, is it possible? And Nazuna never told him that. Nazuna's I was like, she seems surprised too. Oh, because he did the massage, so she's giving him the kiss. It's his reward, you know? Damn, dude, she really out here, right? Damn, dude. Damn, dude, she just gotta show off and then it's like, I'm out of here. Yeah. You still could be killed within a year, so. She's not like the others. Alright. I really like that after that meeting, all the vampires were like, alright, time to drink! How long has it been? Oh, he's telling Akira about that? Yes. If the void who doesn't understand... Yeah! Yeah, and Akira is over here like, bro, what about me? Oh, she is they're gonna fucking kill you. He didn't realize that before? Yeah, you better fall in love with her, because your life literally depends on it. What about Akira, too? Like, I mean, she knows about the existence of vampires. So, it's... Yeah, basically. How'd you climb up there? Oh my god, it's the daytime. Wouldn't that be funny? The series ends with him just dying. Just because you're book smart doesn't mean that you're street smart. Oh! Man's just sleeping on the stairs. Mahiru. It's the stairs! It's staying up at night? Of course you did. And now he's out all night. Wow, I wonder why. Alright, alright. Are they also a vampire? I hope it's not a vampire. Yeah, he said, fuck school, I'm out. Vampires don't need education. Oh. I was like, you guys are a trio? Oh. Damn. You know, people got different definitions of friendship, I mean. It's like he's also wandering tonight. Maybe you guys will see each other. Yeah, hopefully that person isn't a predator, huh? Oh shit, flashback. Oh, a continuation of this? Man just wanna watch his goddamn ants. Yeah, man, I gotta... Akira, I'm not gonna start on it again. Oh, there's Seri. Oh, he remembers. He's scared. But you barely understand what love is. Yeah, he doesn't even... You've got a 1-year limit on this shit, dude. Better figure it out. I can't even. Alright, don't start heavy breathing over the fucking 13, 14-year-old boy. Go on a date, of course, of course. Wow! Instant rejection. She's like, I'd rather be home playing video games. What a giga Chad. Oh my god, dude. Gamer problems, am I right? You gonna watch a movie? Seems like both you guys are so into it right now. I mean, just look at your expression. You're watching a little romance. What else would you do? The lines, oh my god. Oh, she is like cringing through the entire thing. After her saying that she hated it. I wonder who, she'll probably come right after me. Oh my god. Oh, very romantic date. Also sounded like a lot of shit to do in that date. This is like trying to romance a Sims that has the unromantic trait. Sorry, it's not unromantic, it's unflirty. If you went with this plan, you could have had some food. I mean, you're a vampire, so you want blood. But anyways, it's like, hey, you want to continue that date even though I rejected you? Man, he was so devastated. He can't even be outside. He has to stay at home. He's like, I also need a meal. It's like a meetup between two people. Doesn't have to be a romantic thing. Kind of, yeah. Just do what you always do. But will that fit within the year mark? You know, is this man gonna go like 364 days and then he finally falls in love? Oh shit. There's what's his name? I can't remember. That poor guy who's just walking behind him. Oh! He came quick, dude. Goddamn. Why'd you think he came to you? You wanted to ditch them. I told him what's up. We're friends, aren't we? Man got a little blush. All depends on people. Meanwhile, Akira is like, Mahiru, you're all friends? So they ended up playing baseball, alright.
ヒル君は分かりやすかった。僕から見て、誰から見てもそうだと思う。マヒル君は完璧だった。成績は優秀、スポーツも得意。
Of course,
人
of
前に立つ
course.
こともためらわない。教師からの
Damn
信頼
these
もあって
fucking extroverts.
マヒル君を悪く言えるやつなんかいないだろう。
There's probably someone out there.
なんて言われたら
I can get that.
最近話せてなかったな。
Mm-hmm.
俺も久しぶりにマヒル君と会えて
Oh, there's Akira.
ちょっとキモいんだけど。
How'd she get here?
アキラは生活サイクルがぶっ壊れてんだよ。
Yep,
あんたに
yep.
だけは言われたくないね。
No, no, Akira. You have no, all three guys can't talk about each other's sleep schedule.
待ち合わせしててさ、もう着いたみた
Oh,
いだ。
he's gonna go meet his vampire friends. Hey, who you hooking up?
ありがとう。ちょっと
You've
家に出たわ。
encouraged me a bit.
またな。
Encourage you for what?
よくわかんないけど、マヒル君に感謝された。嬉しい。
The perfect man thanked you. He's your role model.
俺じゃなくても憧れるよ。
That's a lot of pressure on that boy.
好きな人ができて。
Hey, you wanna follow him?
私も帰ってもう一回寝るよ。
You just woke up.
フラフラボーグンめ。
Do vampires even get drunk? I mean, they're dead, aren't they? Oh.
どうしたの？
It's whacked Dono, dude.
え、何か？
まあいいや。
何？
What, you see a middle school with somebody else, an older someone else? And you're just like, oh. Damn, just holding hands?
ねえ、話すとボーグンすぐどっか行っちゃうからさ。
それは
The both of you. We haven't seen that vampire before, I don't think. I'm just over here like, yeah, she's a vampire. Why else would you be out at night, huh? Oh shit. It just ended right here. So what did we learn in this episode? We had the 1 year limit, and then we were introduced to a new character, Mahiru, who I suppose hung out with who they're sort of a trio. Cole really likes Mahiru. He apparently he's his role model, and that he looks up to him. And Akira over here is just like, we're friends. Two very different people. All right, that is the end. So I'm going to write my notes, and we will be right back to the center. All right, so that was Call of the Night. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty nice episode. It's like a cool down episode after the freaking last one, but also introduces us to yet another character after introducing us to like 5 vampires in the previous episode. But we learned in this episode that humans have 1 year after their first blood sucking in order to become a vampire, and if they don't fall in love with that vampire after a year, they'll never be a vampire. And Cole hadn't really registered this until he talks to Akira about it, where Akira is just kind of like, well, didn't they say that they're going to fucking kill you because you have too much knowledge of vampires? And the only reason why they're letting you go right now is because you're trying to become a vampire, but if you don't become a vampire after this year is over, or after, 365 days has passed, aren't they just going to fucking kill you anyways? And Cole's just over like, oh shit, you're right, I only have 1 year to live if I don't become a vampire. And I do have the question of like, wouldn't Akira be in danger as well? I guess she doesn't have as much knowledge as Cole in terms of vampires, but like she does know that vampires are real and that they exist. So like in some sense, wouldn't she be in danger? Even just having the knowledge that vampires exist and not that they're just like some mythical creature or whatever. So I do wonder that, and I wonder if they'll bring that up, whether in the manga or not. But that is an interesting ordeal. Maybe she'll just maybe Akira will just fucking chill, Nothing bad will happen to her, huh? But we are also in this episode introduced to Mahiru, who is Cole and Akira's friend. We saw the continuation of that ant-watching flashback where Mahiru comes and he basically gets the both of them to go and play baseball with him and his friends. God, Cole looks up to Mahiru, right? And Akira, I guess, holds different opinions about him, and you can see how the two of them look at Mahiru. And it was just very interesting. Cole was doing this whole elaborate description about Mahiru and how he's like the perfect guy, and because he is this perfect guy, he looks up to him, and he feels very happy knowing that this fucking legend of a guy thanked him. Cole was also really happy knowing that Mahiru considers him as a friend. But when we first saw him, he was literally sleeping on the stairs, and when he said that Akira is his friend, Akira is just over here like, we're friends? What the fuck are you talking about? You've got so many friends, I can barely remember the times that all three of us have actually hung out with each other. So it was just nice to see the two different perspectives on Mahiru. But Mahiru says that he has been out late because he has someone that he likes. And Akira is just over here like, oh, so you're out late at night. Is it somebody who's older? Hopefully it's not a vampire. And Mahiru is just kind of like, what do you mean a vampire? And it kind of makes me wonder if maybe it is a vampire, but they haven't revealed themselves that they are a vampire yet, and he just doesn't realize it yet. Because I mean, if he feels, I don't know, maybe, like, whether is it an actual genuine love that he has or not, and if he does, like, if said vampire do bite him, like, he will turn into a vampire. But there is the possibility that Mahiru might not realize that it's a vampire, and honestly, if it isn't a vampire, then all I can think of is, child, what are you doing out at night? You are in middle school, and you are going on date nights with some fucking adult? Alright, what the fuck is going on here in this world? It's just like what Akira says. Is going out late at night a fucking trend or some shit? Dating older people when you're only in fucking middle school? Come on. They were holding hands. Mahiru and that girl that he has a crush on, they were holding hands. How fucking lewd. Anyways, we saw that Cole met Seri again, and they had a talk about what had happened during the meeting, and Cole was talking about how he has 1 year to fall in love with Nazuna, but he doesn't really know how to fall in love. And Sari's just over here like, oh my god, fucking middle school boy who is asking such a pure question like, what is love? She was like, hell yeah, I'll help you, kid. And so she gives him a date plan, but she tells him not to tell Nazuna who made this plan up, because Nazuna hates Seri. And I do wonder why. Why does she hate Seri? Out of everybody, why does she hate Seri? Nazuna didn't really enjoy this day, considering that they had to go watch a rom-com. I wonder if Seri fucking set her up for that shit, If she's part of the vampire council, she should know that Nazuna hates anything, it hates romance in general. Or she gets very embarrassed or whatever. So, like, she really did set Nazuna up, got her to watch a rom-com, and then tells Cole to go to a cafe and talk about the fucking movie that she hates. I also really like the fact that Nazuna's just sitting in the I like the imagination of Nazuna having to sit in the theater watching a rom-com and just clenching the fuck out of her jaw because she's just cringing herself into oblivion. I also like the beginning of when Cole was asking her out on a date, and she's just like, nah fam, I got games to play. I got video games to play. Cole is the one who has to like drag her out, turn off her PS2 and all that. So that was very nice, a little bit of a gamer problem, I suppose. After Nazuna finds out who was the one who made this whole date plan, she realizes that it was Seri. She gets upset and she goes and she leaves because she's like, this is fucking lame, so I'm out of here. But as she does that, and like some times pass, as Cole is just laying in his bed because he's just so distraught about his date being a failure, Nazuna gets hungry, and so of course she goes back to Cole, and she's just like, well, might as well complete the last part of the date, which is getting some dinner over the nice view of the town or whatever, a nice view of the night, somewhere around there. And I'm just over here like, I feel like the whole dinner thing might have been you guys having dinner together, but then again, Seri did make that, so perhaps she did have thoughts of, just suck blood. Come on, man, did Cole get anything to eat? I don't really think this was a dinner or anything at all. But towards the end, as Nazuna is just wandering the street, she sees Mahiru with his crush, and perhaps she's thinking about her own relationship with Cole, but I'm also thinking maybe she recognizes that person, maybe, who knows, but she does recognize that relationship is similar to her and Cole. And so she's just over like, huh, it does seem pretty illicit when you're out with a middle schooler, huh? Yes, Nazuna, yes. Okay, I was about to go on a rant about Persona 4. But let's not. But yeah, that was episode 8. We just learned 2 major things about the 1-year policy and then the introduction of Mahiru. I also do like the fact that Akira is continuing to be the person who's like, you guys need to get some good sleep once in a while, despite her being the one who has such a whacked out sleep schedule. Like, I mean, I guess she's getting the 8-hour sleep or something, 6 to 8 hours sleep, but like, she's she's like going home and then she falls asleep and then she wakes up at like 2 a.m. or some shit and then she just wanders around until school starts. Like, that's, look, man, if you're doing that, you can't tell anybody else about how to set their sleep schedules. Anyway, I can't even tell people how to fucking set their sleep schedule either because I have a horrible sleep schedule. Anyways, actually, I've been sleeping at like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. lately, so I'm pretty proud of that because my sleep schedule last month was like, I went to sleep at like 5 or 6 a.m. So my sleep schedule is better than it was last month, and I am proud of myself. Goddamn. Alright, if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys when I see you guys.